I said, yo, welcome to the BBW show, you feel me? We talk battle rap, basketball, and wrestling. And the topic today is basketball. More importantly, Damian Lillard, you feel me? Now, Damian Lillard just put out a reply to a tweet 2-3 days ago saying, bet $1 million that I don't get traded to the Lakers this season, you feel me? And I do believe that. I don't think Damian Lillard is going to get traded this year. I do believe that. Because, one, this is Chauncey Billups' first time there. And I believe that there's no dynasty right now, you feel me? There's a lot of great teams in the A, but there's no dynasty where it's like, they definitely going to win, you feel me? A lot of niggas don't think the Lakers is going to win because they too old. A lot of niggas don't think Brooklyn is going to win because they barely play together and they injury prone, you feel me? A lot of niggas don't think they going to win. A lot of niggas don't think Milwaukee going to run it back. You feel me? A lot of niggas think they only won the first time because of injuries. A lot of niggas think Chris Paul and Devin Booker not going to go back to the finals. You feel me? And Kawhi's injured. So, the doors are open right now. You feel me? It's wide open. So, I don't think Damian Lillard is going to request a trade this season. Let me say that. But he's also 31 years old. You feel me? So, next year he's going to be 32. I said this in another video. You feel me? Damian Lillard did 4 years in college. What other star player did 4 years in college? I don't even know off the top of my head. But 4 years of college is a long fucking time. So he's already 32 and been in the A 10 years. You feel me? Only been to a conference final one time and got swept by Stephen Curry. It is what it is. Now, even though I don't think he's going to request a trade this year, he's 31 years old, you feel me? And if I'm being honest, Portland didn't make no good off-season signings to me, if we being honest. They re-signed Norman Powell, and I think they re-signed... Who they signed? I think that's it. Matter of fact. They let Melo go. Melo was good for them. You feel me? I don't know. I just feel like even though the NBA championship is open, it's not open in Portland. You feel me? So I feel like next year he might request a trade. So right now, I got 5 trade destinations for Damian Lillard. You feel me? Number 1. This is probably the most off-kilter one that I think is impossible to happen, but I feel like it would be great if it does. Boston Celtics. Damian Lillard on the Boston Celtics would be filthy. Gangster. Especially because in the East right now, they trying to build up mad big threes. Brooklyn got a big 3. Miami got a big 3. Chicago got a baby big 3. Milwaukee got a big 3. They trying to build some shit, you feel me? So imagine Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, and Damian Lillard. Obviously, one of them niggas got to change their jerseys, you feel me? You can't have 2 zeros on the team. But that would be filthy. And that would probably be... Arguably, that would be the best point guard Boston's ever had. Because they had Kyrie for a year. You feel me? And they ain't do nothing. We know Dame body in the... Dame averaged 34 in the postseason this year. He's filthy. You feel me? Dame is filthy. He averaged 34 and 10 in the postseason. So his numbers might go down, but we know he's clutch, bro. We know he's clutch. And I feel like Tatum and Brown... I feel like they don't want them to have a star point guard because that's going to take away shots from them. But I do feel like they need another star. Even if it's just Porzingis. I feel like Porzingis could be a good fit for them too. But we going off topic. Number 1, Boston Celtics. Number 2 is the Houston Rockets. You feel me? Now, I just did this for Ben Simmons too. 5 trade destinations for Ben Simmons. I had the Houston Rockets on that list too. I think somebody has to go to the Rockets because I do think Kevin Porter Jr. is nice. He's nice as shit. And I think Christian Wood is nice. And if we being honest, like I feel like the town of Houston, they didn't have James Harden for like the last 7-8 years. And he just walked out the door for nothing. They got nothing in return for him. You feel me? So I do feel like they're begging for a star player. You feel me? Like they just want something right now. Like they want something. They don't want to go through another drought right now. So I feel like a Ben Simmons or Damian Lillard on Houston. What? Nah. And I feel like Houston's a good place for that's a good place Feel me? For the A to be popping. Gangsta. I feel like if Houston is popping, if that makes me, the A don't care which team wins. But me personally, I like when the Houston is popping. You feel me? I gotta visit Houston. Number 3 on my teams for Damian Lillard to get traded to, the New Orleans Pelicans. Here's why I say that. You feel me? Right now they let Lonzo go for nothing. They let JJ Redick go. They only got Zion and Brandon Ingram right now. You feel me? And they are okay. Niggas think Zion is better than he is. They are okay. They are okay. They are nowhere near playoffs. And if they're nowhere near playoffs, you're 10 million miles away from championship. So I do feel like even though this is kind of a step back away for Dame, I do feel like Portland doesn't have a Zion Williamson. You feel me? And I do feel like CJ McCollum might be better than Brandon Ingram just because he's had playoff experience and Brandon Ingram hasn't. But I feel like Brandon Ingram is younger and he's like, what? 6 something? He's like 6. He's almost 7 feet, bro. I think Brandon Ingram's like 6'8" or some shit. So I feel like if Dame want to start over, Houston and New Orleans is good places to start over with. I already got good young pieces. You feel me? Even though New Orleans changed their coach every year. That's a problem. They got to build the culture and stick to it. But other than that, I do feel like that'd be a good place. Like Damian Lillard with Zion Williamson, that would be filthy. That would be filthy. You feel me? So that's number 3. Number 4 I got is, and this is why I don't think it's going to happen this year, but next year. I got the Knicks. I ain't going to hold you. I got the Knicks on my list for a few reasons. 2, if he does leave Portland, because I feel like he cultivated that. We could arguably say Dame is the best player ever in Portland. He's better than Brandon Roy in Portland. He's better than LaMarcus Aldridge in Portland. You feel me? So with that being said, you created somewhere that you made poppin'. You got to leave there for a big market like LA or New York or another team I'm about to announce. But Damian Lillard in a Garden every fucking night, like, because New York has not had nothing, like, they haven't had nothing in the last few years, if Damian Lillard comes and just beat Damian Lillard, they don't even got to go to the championship. If he's just Damian Lillard and give them moments, if Damian Lillard come and give these niggas 34 game 1, 42 game 2, 37, and 55, if Damian Lillard give the Knicks 55 and he's on the Knicks, they are going to retire his jersey that night. Gangsta. That night they're going to retire his jersey. The Knicks haven't been past the second round. They haven't been past the first round in like 10 years now. Because last time they went past the first round was when they had Melo and JL got 6th man of the year. That's almost 10 years now. So I do feel like if he even take them to the second round, niggas might throw a parade for Dame. Gangsta. So I do feel like, yo, bro, if you leave Portland, you got to go to New York or somewhere. The reason why it can't be this year is because they just re-signed Derrick Rose and they just re-signed Kemba. They about to test that out first, you feel me? I'm going to have a separate video about that too. And the last team that I think he can go to, that if we being honest, I feel like it's the biggest possibility, but I do not want to happen at all. The Philadelphia 76ers. Here's why I say that. Dame on Philly. 1, Philly just had Ben Simmons. So obviously they would suck the shit out of Damian Lillard. They would give Damian Lillard all type of, or they would love him. They would love him. 2, but, let me not even say 2, but Ben Simmons just helped them get the first seed this year. There's nothing higher than the first seed. So yes, I do think if Damian Lillard comes, they are going to fall down in the regular season for a couple of reasons. Joel Embiid is not, I can't say he's not getting better. He's not healthy enough. You feel me? One thing we could say about Dame, he's healthy every year. Dame plays a lot of games every year. Joel Embiid does not. You feel me? So I don't want them to keep saving Joel Embiid and run Dame and not run Dame out to the, you feel me? Run him to the wall just because Embiid's injury prone. Don't do that. Another reason, they have Doc Rivers, bro. I don't think Doc Rivers is a top 10 coach in the A right now. You feel me? Especially when it's time to get to the postseason. Like, niggas shit on Ben Simmons for being scared. Why the fuck was Doc Rivers having him in at those moments? If you're such a great coach, why were you having your star player in at those moments where you knew he couldn't handle it? That's a problem, you feel me? So I do feel like that would be a bad mixture with a choking coach and a nigga like Dame who, even though he can shoot and bring you back, he can do that. He can miss, you feel me? Like Dame, I just named them games he had. He had a 10-point game too. They won it though. But Dame had a 10 points, 10 assists, and 8 rebounds. He had that in the postseason, in the playoffs. He had that. You feel me? So it's like, he's not invincible from choking either. You feel me? He's not. He's not invincible from choking. And he got swept by Stephen Curry. That's some shit. Swept. That's some shit. So I do feel like Embiid is better than everybody on Portland. And Dame has never played with the big. You feel me? He's played with LaMarcus Aldridge, but he was a baby then. Now if Dame's the leader and Embiid's like the follower, because Dame has to lead that team. You feel me? He has to lead that team if he go there. And that's a big market, like I was saying in the other one. But I don't know how good they would be in the postseason. You feel me? Because that team is championship or bust. Damian Lillard and Joel Embiid is championship or bust. If they just go to the second round and they doing the same shit that Ben Simmons is doing, what the fuck are we talking about? Honestly, what are we talking about? If they do the same shit, what are we talking about? So it's honestly championship for bust for them. And I don't think with Embiid's health issues, with Doc Rivers coaching, and with Damian Lillard, even though he has out-of-body experiences and goes for 55, he does fall back to life and have 10. You feel me? And has a come-down period. So, even though I don't think he's not getting traded this year, these are the 5 teams that I think Damian Lillard would get traded to. Boston Celtics, Houston Rockets, Pelicans, Knicks, and Philly. Now, sidebar, I had the Spurs on this list. I took it off because he's in his prime right now. And I always say, niggas in their prime cannot play for the Spurs. They can't play for them. And we just seen in Team USA, Dame was one of the niggas that said, yo, we running the Spurs system over here. Like, nah, nigga, we don't do that. I'm a star player. You about to let me take 50,000 shots. I'm not with that Spurs system shit. But that's just my opinion. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Like, comment, share, subscribe. I'll be back with more.